All
So
right, here
here
we
we
go.
are. Looks as though the orange players are going to be sandwiched between the two purple players, rather
Yeah.
interestingly, by being up on the north and the equator, while the purple are the equator southwest and equator northeast of the lower orange player. So,
Yes. So that is really interesting because really you could flank one of the orange players if you're purple, or you could kind of double attack one of the purple players if you're orange. So uh, it'll be interesting to see how they approach that. Now I'm gonna
teleport is going
hop
to be
on
quite
caps lock.
useful. Yeah, myself included. But yeah,
Caps
teleporters
lock
might be
tells
quite
me
useful.
there's a couple air factories and a vehicle factory for the middle orange player, and then two vehicles on the west, I'm going to call it, purple player, one air factory on the east purple player, and the north orange player has a vehicle factory. So that's where we're at. And see how it goes.
Yep. So the sort of middle orange going air first, while his counterpart in the north vehicles getting out AA. Interesting going for AA and air first. I find, given their proximity, perhaps slightly redundant, because what you could do is sort of send every other fighter over to your ally, or even uh, build two air factories and just send one over to your ally and one for yourself. And Clopse isn't happy, but Orange has scouted now the western purple player.
Yeah,
So
and purple plus scouted both of the orange bases, so they still haven't seen this eastern base here for orange, so they've got a little bit of intel left to get.
yep. And purple now bringing out a bumblebee to try and snipe off those two expanding fabricators to the of the western purple base. However, it doesn't quite get picked off before the bumblebee releases, so that was quite lucky for orange, if I'm honest. So that's going to have free reign to go over to purple, which only has a single spinner to defend the fabricators. Otherwise, this is going to be quite painful for purple, actually. There goes a fabber right there.
There's one.
And the second one just to the south. There it is. Targeted. Nope. Targeted the mechs instead. And why are the bombs going upwards? Did you see that?
No.
The bombs went
I think
upwards.
it was an illusion. So that takes out that fabricator. Got a couple fabricators with that pass. Very effective use of the bombers early. It's very interesting how much bombers have come into play now in the early game.
Yeah.
Now there's a train of tanks
yeah.
moving up from the purple base north, and they're working on a tower now because I think they know that they're on the way and in trouble.
I don't think it's going to get completed in time. It's going to be close, but they are
Well,
struggling for metal.
yeah,
No,
a
that's
tank
going to
comes
be
out,
completed.
kills that out. Yeah, I think he's okay with that one, unless the Bumblebee were to come in and drop a bomb on there.
Yeah.
So that is going to take care of that, but he might still be able to pick off some of the metal extract. So orange pinging the lane of path of travel between that eastern spot, and purple just kind of moving around. He says, like, I don't want any part of that tower, but I'll just move around. Now the tank's moving to intercede. I assume they've got the radar there working, but they've got tanks coming the other side too. So, and in the middle, there's another raid going on, but the commander is coming out to try to take care of that.
It's almost like a circle of attack at the moment. Sort of the eastern purple to the northern orange to the western purple to the middle orange.
Yeah.
Who's just happy defending himself.
A couple of dead metal extractors over here, and got a notification that my audio might be a little quiet, so I might try to fix that. Yours was higher earlier. Actually, I think I can just do that, and then that should take care of it.
Lots of fabbers could be sniped here by a bomber, but I think they realise there's probably a little bit too much in the way of spinners. I could almost call them stingers there, but of course the bot AA is no longer in the game. But the commander really going to have to deal with this because he's sort of got two forces coming in from both angles, and they're going to lose another mechs to the middle orange here, and possibly another P-Gen, except that commander's coming in, so that's going to be safe.
Yeah.
He's going to have to worry about these two Fabbers, though, by that factory.
Yeah, interestingly enough, it feels like Purple's really putting the pressure on to Orange, but Orange actually has twice the economy of Purple, so this may be kind of one of those things where you get an early rush to try to get some damage in, but at what, if you sacrifice your economy, it can put you in trouble later.
Having said that, there's another force of tanks moving in on the North Pole, taking out a mechs there. Perhaps even a second one before they get fought off. I think they might just about be fought off before that mechs goes down. Which is going to be
looking very close.
Yep. It looks as though the tanks have actually started targeting the Inferno, so that mechs is saved. Fortunately, losses have been minimised. Purple seeming to do a good job of sort of attacking kind of unpredictably.
Yeah, they've got the real squeeze around this southern base of Orange. Like, they've got a lot of units in there. In fact, they may get in, and they're deliberately targeting some of those fabricators. So there's quite a bit of value to be picked off if they can get in there.
Yeah, in fact, there is that spinner there. I think the tanks now from Orange are just going to try and sweep down and clear this up. But those fabricators just completing that factory while the spinner just sits there going, I really don't want you to build this factory, but there's not a lot I can do about it.
That's right. Now there's a little bit of a surround. Oh, in the middle base?
Mm-hmm. Just got taken down by a couple of bombers. 2 bumblebees for 2 fabricators, so not particularly.
Oh, very good deal. So the eastern purple base is actually starting to get a little bit surrounded here by tanks. They're not all moving in. Another fabricator goes down against purple there as he moved out. And
still no team chat apparently for Elodea.
Yep. And he is looking okay.
Commander losing a little bit of health on the eastern purple. He's down to, I'd attempt to say that's about 80% health there. Just sort of
it did get some damage in there. And he's still expanding a little bit with purple, but he's still struggling quite a bit. And see where we're at here with northern base. So the northern base is pretty safe, and he's got a fabricator who's just kind of gone the backside of the planet on Orange and is just taking tons of metal extraction. So that's good for him. That eastern purple commander actually needs to move back to his base and move that army back to help protect from this incoming force.
So otherwise that'll destroy a good factory, or maybe even a bit of eco as well before the support gets there. In fact, I think that might really put a thorn in their side for the production and assistance, though they do have the proxy base, which Orange...
Proxy base is getting wiped out as well.
Yeah, the
just to the west of that.
The radar will
Commander's
go
there,
down
they've got
as
no
well.
defending units, and so these Aventels will take out those factories in short order, as well as the radar providing vision. So now he's finally moving those units back, moving the commander back, but trouble for the purple players.
Bumblebee's desperately trying to assist, but really not doing all that much damage. I think the next pass will take out a lot.
Well, the other purple base is also under siege, so now it's really Orange on the offensive all over the place, and they've got a couple of Infernos just hosing down the factory here and wiping everything else out, and so he's got quite a few Infernos in his base and no defenders. I think they might call it pretty soon.
Interesting how we still get sort of tanks stuck in factory wreckage from the build queue. But yeah, definitely Purple's eastern base is all but decimated. They still have that
their western base is also trashed too.
Perhaps not quite as bad, I don't think. But
not yet. Commander moving forward to try to take these guys out. His Uber Cannon could do quite a bit of damage as well as bring those tanks back. But and actually, I feel like they're their situation economic-wise is actually improved from a relative perspective. You know, they're still far behind, but economically they're not as far behind as they were.
Yeah.
Before it was double, and now it's whatever that fraction is. Thirds.
Looking at Orange's production in the North Base, this is Elodea's base, I reckon, since he said he was sending reinforcements and all the units just started sprawling down from the north. Look at all those vehicle factories. That's a good 11 vehicle factories there, which is...
Yeah, if we go to the Army tab, we can see that the Orange team has 183 mobile units to the 54 of Purple, and the economy benefit. And they've got 17 fabbers to 5 and 25 factories to 11. It's going to be very difficult for the Purple team to come back here.
Yeah.
See bomb bots coming out over on the eastern Purple base. You know, that may be an attempt or a desire to get cheap units to take out the more expensive units, which is a good way to think about dealing with economic disadvantage like that.
Or indeed, it could be a sign of defeat, so I'm going to send bomb bots at you just to say bye.
Yeah, maybe. Could be that too.
Because, I mean, you need a group of at least 8 or so to get close to a clump of 5 tanks, simply because they pretty much die in one hit, don't they?
Yes.
But
they do move quite quickly.
Yeah.
Normally, I think you want to have like some tanks engaging, and then send them in kind of as a surprise.
Here they go.
And there they go. Takes out a bunch of those tanks. Pretty effective if you can use them correctly.
Mm. You kind of need other units to take the hits while the bombots get close enough. You can't just send a clump in, really, and hope for the best, because, as we can see there, the whole clump of bombots, only, I think... No, none of them.
I don't know what they
found
just
their
did
mark.
right there.
They sort of...
I think he right-clicked someplace on the ground and they ran past everything, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. So I think that was a kind of critical misclick, and Clopse there calling the GG as a result.
Yep.
So we'll probably see the commanders detonate pretty soon. So does that mean we'll be doing a 1v1 Elodea Headcrab if Orange win this? And there's Naginacz GGing as well. There go the comms.
Yep. Alright, GG is called. One more round for the final, and we should be ready to get that going here pretty quick. So,
how many rehosts do you reckon?
you know, you never know. So.